I just asked you a question. I said, who are you, kid? That's fine. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. We can just skip to the part where I kill you.
Bada boom. Before we have you up here, let's go ahead and run through our fight sounds real quick, and then we'll give our thoughts about your performance here. The first one is our charging yell. Again, that's that crescendo where you're like, ramping up. You got this big sword. You're Renji. Let's hear what you can do. Give us 2 different yells, and hold the mic a little farther away. Okay, very nice. Next is your swinging sword. It takes a lot of effort. Okay, now a good staccato attack. You know, use some sort of consonant to start it off with. Okay, that's good. Great aggression, good sound. Okay, lastly, you're taking damage. This hurts. Okay, cool. Now pass the mic down to Veronica. Good job, sir.
I liked who the character was. I liked where you placed his voice and that quiet intensity that he had, which I thought also made some of those lines more funny. Like, I'm sorry, I'm probably the only one who laughed when he said, I'm going to kill you. I thought that was funny, the way how it came out, which I think helps a lot because it doesn't have to be so scary. But I liked who he was, and similar to the male character we had before, I liked that we could see that there is some good in him, even though he comes across and is very tough. I like that that was in there as well. I liked good guys.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you kind of got the voice down very well, but the one thing is that I think me and Mark can attest to this, so I think anyone can attest to this, is that with the falling, is that it didn't sound intense enough. It's like, yeah, he's actually falling down, as in his whole body is. It's like, I take pride in the fact that doing screams for what I do is that one of the things that I absolutely love doing, so I have an affinity with that. So really, you got to kind of like just, yeah, instead of just doing a whisper scream, going, you're going to do the, like that. So you got to really go into it. That's the thing. You got to have no fear. And the fact is, when you're doing it at the professional level, you're in a booth. Everyone knows that you're about to do a fall on the screen. They don't care. As long as you do it good, you know, and if you do it well, they'll like it. So you just go for it. So I just got the feeling that you were just kind of a little bit too kind of closed. Because from what I've seen, Renji is quite laid back, kind of badass type of character. So if you just relax a little bit more, and as Carl says, you'd have have another 1 or 2 takes. Yeah, you would really kind of get the swing of it. So yeah, I'd say it's a good start.
Yeah. No, I did use the buzzword Clint Eastwood, and you already were familiar with the character in the show, so it's like, yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, I can take him. I got that. So I think the swagger was going in the right direction. It could have been pushed a little bit further. And the good point that Masako brought up about the yelling and all that, you don't want to hold back. I mean, obviously we don't want to scream into the mic, but in a professional booth situation, they have something called a gain. And a gain is like another sort of internal volume switch. They can turn that down so that when you scream into the mic, it doesn't fry and distort. The other way is they can turn the gain up, so when you whisper, it's very resonant and fills the whole audio spectrum, just as if it were a scream. So, and yeah, actors look silly whenever we're fighting nothing and moving our arms, and we get physical with it. Again, we're standing when we're auditioning and recording and everything. The very first time I was on Dragon Ball Z and had to yell, I fake yelled, and Chris Sabat totally called me on it. It's like, it's like, that sounds fake. No, yell, scream. You're in this tight little airtight booth. Well, not totally airtight, you have to breathe. They're not trying to kill the actor, but, okay, yes, they are trying to kill the actor. Get in there, act, and we'll pay you crap. But yeah, so no fear, don't hold back. But yeah, the attitude was there. I think it could have just been pushed a little bit further on there. So.
Well, another thing I can attest to, as Masako says, we've done similar things with the whole bridging thing, but I have characters in my series that have the whole raspy voice thing going on. And you had that right at the beginning. I thought it kind of got lost along the way, but for at the start, I thought you were really selling the attitude of the character. And as Veronica said, I felt like you showed, that he was a good guy. He may have an attitude, but you could genuinely sympathize with the character the way you were portraying him, and that's good because you need a character like that in a series like Bleach. And you?
Everything I was going to say has pretty much been said, so. Balls.
Okay, cool. Give him a round of applause.
And then lastly,
tea, coffee, cake.
You're forgiven. You apologize.
Maid Cafe is what? Open? What do you say?
Would you like tea, coffee, cakes, a combination of all three in one cup?
Is that tea or coffee? She was ahead of it. Bring out the gabagoo.
Thanks. I got a bit nervous there. I think I did well on the last line.
I'm fine with that.
Alright, you have to show it to Bridget later then.
I'll put it up on the internet if you want to.
Go on, yeah, put it on.
Now, our last character is female, so Orihime.
I can do a falsetto.
And
She has a higher pitch.
as soon as Veronica's done, we're going to have her pick our Orihime here.
I use falsetto.
Should Marianne get chocolate cake?
So, Veronica, I'm going to pass the mic to you so you can pick our final volunteer.
Okay. Go with the girl with the blue hair over there. Oh, I see what you're saying.
No, that's fine. Yeah, because we were
Ideal.
kind of going this way, so we got that.
18 yet.
Hello.
She's got the right pitch of voice.
She's a Vocaloid. What's your name? Okay, Orihime Inoue. It's a funky name. I-N-O-U-E. Let's see. Do you know Bleach?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Rukia, Ichigo, Tatsuki.
Yeah.
That's spelled like Tatsuki, but Tatsuki. Just run it together. So we're going to hear her be a bubbly anime girl. We're going to hear her. Yeah, just high, bubbly, your typical, like, oh, I'm so happy to be here, sort of thing. And then she's going to do this thing where she's playing softball, so she swings the bat. She's going to have some sort of quick effort there. And then this is the tough one. If you got the lungs for it, this will be impressive, because, wow, it's a big run-on sentence. And then lastly, we're going to go 180 degrees in the other direction with crying. Not blubbering snot coming out your nose or anything, but just on the verge of tears where you're hovering over Ichigo's, he's asleep, unconscious, whatever, and you're basically pouring your heart out. Yeah. A little bit of panic to it, but not like life and death. It was like, I'm in love with you, sort of thing. So, sort of thing, yeah. Oh, you too. All right, excellent. So, any questions? Okay, good. Whenever you're ready, Slate, start off with your name, and then Orihime Inoue, and then launch into it.
Okay, I'm Leanne Scanlon for Orihime Inoue. Huh? Hi, Rukia. How are you? Can I walk with you? I'm usually late, but summer almost here. I'm so excited. I can't sleep, and every morning I come up and get me all sparkly. Yay!
That is so good.
Here we go. It's so out here. If Rukia likes Ichigo like me, that would make two of us. Sorry, let me start again.
Let's start over, yeah, from the top.
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead, deep breath.
Okay. If Rukia likes Ichigo like me, then would make two of us, and we have so much to talk about. Then if talk's Tutsky decides she likes Ichigo, then pretty much soon we'll probably all start liking him. And then we all sit around and talk about all the reasons why we like him. And it's short win. It's for the girls' team. It's just look at me. The truth, I can't bring myself to do it. It's so ashamed of myself. It's my last moment with you. I'm just trying to. But I think it's with Ichigo. There was so many things I wanted to do.
Yay! I'm going to say that the crying sound was a lot more elevated than in the actual show, as it's more subtle, but that was very real. That was actually the strongest of the lines right there. I really bought the sadness there. The run-on sentence, understandably, very stumbly. It's really hard to get through beginning to end without crash and burn, but A for effort. We forgot the actual softball cracking of the bat. You're like, oh, it's out of here. You did something. Oh, it's so out of here. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. But always honor what you see on the script. Now, there is a chance to improvise a little bit, but generally you want to, at least on an audition, kind of stick to what's written on the page. And then, of course, the bubbly, happy anime girl sound. You're just right in the park there. So really strong performance. Good job. Okay.
I like the high pitch to her. I thought that she was high and bubbly, but yet believable as a real person, which I liked. And I did think the crying sounded really real, and I could still understand what you were saying through, which I think is often quite difficult. And that she had so many shifts in emotion. I thought you carried that off quite well. Great.
Yeah, you had a really good pitch there. I mean, it does sound like in terms of the volume and the time tone that you would have well for a He-Man. And yeah, as Carl said, the fact that you did kind of omit some of the notices in the with the bait and softball bat and a couple of things, but other than that, I mean, and again, you would have just had a couple more takes, and then you would have kind of been able to hone it down to something really well, and that would carry you well on an audition. So, you know, again, a really solid start.
I actually really like your take on the character. It reminds me, I went to see The Lion King on stage. This is a really random comparison to make, but they had, you know, the character Rafiki, the baboon. They had him played by a woman, and I actually came out of the play thinking, you know, that would be. I actually really like the character as a woman, and you gave the character. I mean, you can't really help it. You gave it an Irish accent, and I thought it actually added some depth to the character. I kind of liked it. Plus, she's got red hair, so you know, there's always that. But I really like what you did with it.
I just had the thought, red hair, you're racist. Not that the voice was cute. Just be careful that you don't swallow your words. Yeah, I just, there were a couple times, and granted it was during the run-on sentence. These lines are ridiculously long. Yep. What is wrong with you? Me? But yeah, just be careful. Usually, it kind of helps if you sort of speak through your nose, especially when you're doing younger characters, because you're generally speaking forward anyway, and it kind of helps you enunciate a little bit better when you speak forward, not in the back of your mouth. Yeah, if that makes any sense.
All right. Good job.
Good job, pal.
That's what I do. I break equipment. And hearts.
So that concludes our volunteer portion of the panel. I hope you enjoyed that.